To those who think Eddy is a spam character, you don't know shit. In Tekken 7 Eddy has no move that is good enough to be spammed. I don't have a safe 3+4 like Brian, or Orbital, or Hell Sweep. Literally nothing I got is good enough to spam. The trick in using Eddy is to use as much variety as possible, and be as unpredictable as possible. I literally have to be the opposite of spam, because my moves are so risky and bad spamming one move will just get me killed. Unlike Mishima's, I have to use the entire move list, and use a whole bunch of move combinations and inputs. And the more I use the same trick, the faster I will get downloaded and easier to beat. When I hear people say, "But you use Eddy," I'm like, motherfucker, you don't know what the fuck are you talking about. This is not Tag 2. This is Tekken 7. In this game Eddy is the worst character in the game, because salty Mishimas cried about him so much in Tag 2, that Namco made Eddy suck in Tekken 7. All Eddy has is risky knowledge checks. He doesn't even have a fucking sidestep. He just has a good backdash. I'm pretty much playing in 2D here. If you lose to Eddy you're either getting knowledge checked to death, or simply outplayed. That's it. And a majority of people actually do know the Eddy matchup, because this is a legacy character with the same move since like 1990 or some shit. Eddy has some good evasion, but of course he has. He needs to have something going on, otherwise you don't have a fucking character. And when people talk about Eddy as cheap, I'm like, motherfucker, you don't know what cheap is. Getting killed by unblockable sweep, or the opponent regenerating his life on infinite stage, or hell sweep rage drive, or tackle for half-life, or chain grabs for half-life. That right there is fucking cheap. Or safe launcher into orbital. Can Eddy do all that? Fuck no. I only wish he could. I cannot spam, and even if I could I still wouldn't do it. A character that can win by spam is a boring character to me. This is why I would never want to be a Mishima. This kind of spam 3 moves playstyle is the most boring and brain-dead shit ever, and only an absolute boring prick is satisfied by winning like this. I'm not a small cock and no brains type of player like main Mansui.